is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's gonna be my 31 days of horror update, days 17 through 21. So the last 5 movies I watched in the month of October. So starting off on October 17th, I watched Suspiria, the 1977 classic by Dario Argento, starring Jessica Harper, Stefania Cassini, and Joan Bennett. What strikes me about this film whenever I watch it is sort of the colors and just the sound of the film. It's amazingly trippy and eerie. The sounds of this movie is about this this young American girl who goes to a prestigious ballet school in Germany to study, and when she gets there, also all sorts of nightmarish things start to happen. Especially like when the first night she arrives, some girl gets murdered in a pretty brutal way. She gets stabbed multiple times and then gets crashed through a glass ceiling and hung. It's a pretty gruesome scene that first night. And just the whole sound of the movie, there's lots of like shrieks and screams throughout the film. And visually it's very stunning, very bright and colorful, lots of reds. My feeling is if Martin Scorsese directed a horror film, it would be much like Suspiria, one of Argento's best, that's for sure. So October 18th, I watched the Amityville Horror from 1979, the original, directed by Stuart Rosenberg, starring James Brolin, Margot Kidder, and Rod Steiger. After a family has been murdered in a Maryland house in Amityville, a son basically blows away his whole family with a shotgun. 1 year later, Margot Kidder and her husband, played by James Brolin, move into this house. It's like a creaky old house, has very interesting windows, as you can see by the top. This is actually kind of a boring film, I have to be honest. It's not as scary as I remember it being. Not much happens, to be honest. The only real scares are when Rod Steiger, who plays a priest, shows up to the house, and he sort of feels like an evil presence, and he begins to get sick, and all sorts of weird things start to happen to him and his partner later on in the movie. It's an okay film, but really not as eventful as I thought it would be. In the end, nothing really comes of it. They get scared of the house eventually and basically leave at the end. So sort of disappointing, but it's still a good film. It's still sort of a classic, but yeah, not really as scary as I remember it. Okay, moving on to the 19th, I watched The Return of the Living Dead from 1985, directed by Dan O'Bannon, and I also did a full review of this movie for the Movie Reviewers 100. I'll put a link to that video right here if you want to go check it out, because I go into it in more detail. But this was loads of fun. I really enjoyed it. First time I'd seen the whole thing. A great zombie comedy set around this medical supply warehouse and the surrounding graveyard and the morgue. Loads of fun, very funny cast. Clu Gulager is in it, and you all know Leanna Quigley's famous topless dancing scene. Loads of fun, but if you want to check out my full review, go check out that video. Okay, the 20th of October, I watched this film, again, out of order, because I was supposed to watch something else, which I ended up watching last night. This is the second time in a row I've done this. But anyway, I watched The Serpent and the Rainbow from 1988, directed by Wes Craven, starring Bill Pullman and Kathy Tyson. Very weird film about voodoo in Haiti. Bill Pullman plays a researcher who goes down to Haiti to to investigate the process of zombification. A man who died in the 70s has apparently come back to life, and he's been sent down there by a pharmaceutical company to check it all out. I saw this film when I was 11 years old back in 1989, a year after it came out. Definitely not the right age to watch this movie because it totally freaked me out then. And when I watched it again the other night, it wasn't as shocking or as horrific as I remember it being. There are some good moments though. There's a great sort of dream sequence where Bill Pullman is asleep and he imagines this sort of decrepit bride coming up on him, and she like tears open her mouth and a snake jumps out at him. That was a cool moment, and it's very special effects driven towards the end of the movie. A film that sort of, if you wanted to go to Haiti in the late 80s, this is the film that probably scared you away at the time. Haitian voodoo. Not great, not as good as I remember it, but still a good film. The Serpent and the Rainbow. So last night I rewatched this film, which I was supposed to watch the night before, but I messed up the order because it was a few years before The Serpent and the Rainbow. And that is Silver Bullet from 1985, directed by Daniel Attias. This is a great werewolf movie. I absolutely love this movie, based on the novelette by Stephen King called Cycle of the Werewolf. It's about a small Midwestern town that gets terrorized by a werewolf. That's not really a mystery because the opening scene, some guy, he's working on a train track and the wolf appears out of nowhere and just rips his head off with one blow. That's a great moment when his head goes flying. And then certain people start dying at the hands of this werewolf. What I love most about this movie, it stars Gary Busey and Corey Haim. Corey Haim plays a crippled young teenager, and he has a very interesting relationship with his sister. If I can look up the name, it should be on here. Damn it. I don't think the girl who plays the sister is on here. Anyway, an older sister who sort of teases him. They don't have a great relationship. But as the film goes along, they become closer as Corey Haim suspects this certain person is the werewolf. And like I said, he plays a cripple, and he rides around in a motorized wheelchair that's nicknamed the Silver Bullet. I found that interesting that the two parallels, Silver Bullet, of course, you can't kill a werewolf without a silver bullet, and the name of the wheelchair that Corey Haim rides around in is also called a Silver Bullet. It's a very cool wheelchair that his uncle, sort of a alcoholic, Gary Busey, great performance by him as well. But at the heart of this movie is the relationship between Corey Haim and his sister. I really responded to that. Really surprised me. I hadn't seen it in ages, and I totally forgotten about most of this movie. But a great film, one of my favorite werewolf films, Silver Bullet from 1985. So those are the 5 movies that I have obviously watched the past 5 days and rambled on about. Yeah, thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bom.